Do-do-do-do-do. 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 Ah! Wreck Muncher. So, all that Wreck Muncher is pretty much my attempt at trying to make a really good Pac-Man map in Rec Room. And if you're a fan of me for a long time, you know that I made a Pac-Man multiplayer map, which is not technically complicated at all. It's just one player's Pac-Man, 1 to 4 other players are ghosts, and then they chase down their friends. Another lag spike. Let's hope that stops happening. And this one is fully automated, single player. So it's just you versus these 4. So the elaborations are back here. We have what we have to eat, which are munchies. They kind of look like the Rec Room tokens, and they taste delicious. We have us, the Wreck Muncher. Our mission is to eat all of those yummy, delicious, vanilla-flavored munchies. Or whatever your favorite food is, that's what they're flavored, pretty much. Because Wreck Muncher, those things are its favorite snack. We got the green ghost Crash, the yellow ghost Ash, red ghost Rash, and the blue ghost Bash. They all have their own different kind of movements. For example, green will always try to chase you down the most, and is faster than the other 3. Ash tries to go more or less behind you if it can, and will be a little slower than the other 3. Red and blue are the same speed, they're in between the 2. And red will always try to be in the same quadrant you're in, and blue will try to be light green, but sometimes they'll try to run away. If you already know like how the Pac-Man ghosts work, these are pretty much very, very similar to them. And then the power-up munchies are the Pouchies, kind of inspired by Pal Jams a little bit, as well as just adding in Rec Room themed power-up stuffs. There's 4 in each maze, and it'll probably be easier to demonstrate if I go on over here and mess with the settings here. You got 3 that you can choose. You can make the walls down there from solid to see-through. Wait, did it actually do it? Okay, it did do it. It's just hard to tell because the bottom of the floor is also dark. But now you can see through the walls so you can see where the ghosts are. You can turn off the rotations if all those things rotating is messing with your performance. And you can make the floor non-see-through if, for example, if it was messing with your depth perception or making you motion sick. I like it just so I can see where all the ghosts are, pretty much. And then when we're ready to play, all we have to do is push this button to start. But first, I themed the feedback buttons as the ghosts. There's this high score menu over here, which I guess I'm still technically the champion. The other 2 got those scores when the game was actually broken, when you couldn't even get past the first round, because I was trying to fix one bug and ended up making another. That's how it usually runs, though. So now, we shall begin Wreck Muncher, or at least like a round or 2. I'm not going to go through a whole entire thing, because it does take a while, and if you're really good at this game, it's going to take like half an hour until you're fully dead. So let us go to not the handheld, not backwards. POV. There we go. And now we can play. Let us start. So if you do get bored, you can just hit this reset thingy to leave immediately. There goes green. Here we go. So we can see that they start chasing us. Now, one problem that I immediately ran into, and this was the main reason why I didn't release this game, is because if you're on a lower platform, or you're having, like, a lot of lag, which I am because I'm running a video recording software as well as other stuff, they're going to be a little slower than expected because they work by the event receiver. And if you're laggy in a room, the event receiver doesn't fire as often. And that's how these people leave. How you doing, Bash? Ah, Bash wants to kill me. So right now it is extremely easy. Let me see if turning off the rotations helps at all, because I want this to be more fair. To note, you can't usually... A game is already being played, please wait. Dang it! Me and my fail-safes. Me and wanting to make a... Okay, fine, I'll leave first. I'll do what's expected. This is what you see when you die. And we're back. We got 470 points. Yay. Okay, turn the rotations off because the performance was a little bad. And now we'll see if they work any better. I already feel like a lot smoother. Yep, you see they're way faster now. So that means for people that's playing on like the best hardware, they're gonna get the hardest experience. And then people that's playing on like an old crappy Motorola from 2012 will probably be the grand champion because these ghosts will move like ants. It does look a little boring when they don't rotate, but yeah, it's Pac-Man. You go around and go munch, 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 munch. And then just watch out for the green ghosts. And then you can look down and kind of see, kind of like a traditional arcade map would look like. So I see blues getting closer, green's all the way up there. So if the walls were up, that'd be a good way to tell where they are. That was something that wasn't in the Pac-Man multiplayer map. Okay, looks like it's about time to get to munching. No, come back! Aww. Ooh, consumable bonus. I want that. Hey! No, I'm not. I did all the voices for the ghosts. They all have their own unique kind of speaking. Green's like the leader, so his is just the most normal. A little warbly. Blue is scared. Yellow's supposed to be like the smart nerd, so he's like more analytical. And then Red's like the brute, so he's more gruff and mean. You know. Oh, I nearly heard my depressing projector go off because I never did change it. I'm not going to change it now because what's the point? This game's only going to be up for like 10 more days. But that's why I wanted to get this video out, because I saw these rooms weren't getting as many visits as they should in what they are, you know? I want to bring more light to them. So, no, I'm not! I'm not over here. I'm over there. But yeah, everything plays extremely close to how Pac-Man would. This tunnel takes you to the other side, much like it would in the other game. At this rate, I don't really care about copyright as much as I would if this game was to still be up. I don't know if Rec Room will be like picked up by another studio, or if everything will just be sold off to some company just for data. I can imagine people using like some cheap AI generator in the future, and then somehow Lily's a part of it. Lily's gonna haunt an AI data server. Oh, and if it takes too long, the music speeds up and they get a little faster. So I did have a solution to try to fix the ghosts, and that was to, instead of set them on what the system currently is, which I'll show in just a moment after I beat this round. Also, the ghosts do come out before the thing actually stops, and if you get them a 5th time, it gives you a singular point. So now I got 10,871. Oh, and make sure that this isn't the last one you eat, because it would be a waste of a power-up. Always leave a regular munchie as the one left. Get back here. And then we win! And then we go on to the next round, which is the exact same, except the ghosts are a little faster. And the consumable changes, which I'll show here in a moment. Woohoo! 13,961 points. Alright, so here's the whole arcade room. We have the murals of the characters and Wreck Muncher, all in different styles. This is what would be like line art. This would be like classic retro 8-bit style. This is more of like what would be drawn probably on the machine itself. And then we have the actual representations and Wreck Muncher. Wah! I tried to make it as fun as I could, and still keep the feeling that Pac-Man multiplayer kind of had. And then, farther beyond, we get to see Out of Bounds. We see the arcade room, or the endcade. We have 3 machines of specific colors, nothing more. And If we go farther around the machine, and yes, it is a giant arcade machine. You are in a giant arcade machine. So for someone that was actually giant and playing it, boom, you'd see all that. So now for the game elements themselves, ignore that guy. But here are the consumables. We have the root beer, the pretzel, the pizza, the donut, the coffee, the popcorn, thank you, the cake, and the bubblies. And if I turn back on the rotations, because I guess it doesn't really matter much now. Boop. Turn that back on, go back here. Yay, now they rotate. So now they look a whole lot nicer. Yeah. So nice. I had a lot of fun making the music for this game. The Wreck Muncher tune is kind of annoying and grating at first because it is a little repetitive, but it kind of grows on you, gets funkier. What else was I going to highlight out here other than this guy? So this guy, I wanted to make at some point. Oh yeah, they also have little icons down there for the bottom mini-map. So every character has a little icon that shows where they are below. So that's how you can tell where they are. It's pretty much just an extension of their model that goes all the way down. Wreck Muncher doesn't have that. They just have an icon that follows them. And that is currently located below the Game Over room, which is right here. And right here. Yeah. You lost alive. And you got all them here. You got Rash that's very happy. Green that's surprised that we actually did it. Yellow that's like, cool. And then blue that's kind of like worried or sad. And then right next to that is the victory one? Yeah, the victory one. You won this round. So the reason that is on the ground is because I imagine some players, if they didn't want to play like 3D at all and they didn't really care for that, they could probably just play where they're like just staring down and playing like this. And they could still see like the dots or whatever, so it would be kind of closer to the arcade experience, just more zoomed in. Kind of works. So now to reveal the circuitry. Welcome to the circuitry. So, yeah, it is lagging bad now. Let me turn back off the rotations. Just to save my frame rate and sanity. There we go. So, we got all this spaghetti over here, and I am not going to explain all of it. Pretty much, this gets the ghost moving. This is the whole ghost movement system, and this is why if the game's laggy, the ghosts move slower. Because this determines if the ghosts actually move or not. All the ghosts have their own kind of chunk that tells them how they should move. And if you know the Pac-Man ghosts and how they operate, this is pretty much that. And then all this is pretty much the HUD, what happens when the ghosts get you, what happens if they get near you, what happens if you eat them, and all the sound files and music and sound effects that goes along with that. It is a lot. But I wanted to make something that was very circuits intensive, as I never really did that in the past before. Other than... what was one game that had a lot of circuits in it? Other than Lily's Revenge, because that was just a bunch of state machines. I don't know, honestly. I guess just like unfinished projects or whatever. I guess one could be Haunted Riches. Oh yeah, I forgot I had these seats. It was planned to be multiplayer at some point. Or not really multiplayer, but you could watch your friends play, and the ghosts would have seats above them, but so you could like follow them, but I never did that. Because once you introduce a friend, the networking goes haywire, and then suddenly people can't even start the game. Which led to that bug that broke this game. Very unfortunate. Let's switch back to the camera. Boop. So yes, that is Wreck Muncher. Now it's time to do some obstacle course stuff. This is my attempt.
Hello, it is After Game Ender here to.
I want to talk to you.
Hello.
No.
Okay, so this is my attempt at making a Roblox-style obby. Because again, I came from Roblox. I grew up on Roblox, and this was my home after Roblox went corporate and crap. So I decided to make something that kind of felt like old school kind of Roblox obbies with swinging stuff, floating stuff, and all that. I even had a little noob up here that you could just, hey, you're not from this game. And then he would respawn after a certain amount of time. He's grabbable too, so if you want to actually like grab him and throw him, you could. Like this.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry! Whatever. And every time you fall into the pit, it says oof. Which I knew a few people were worried about copyright, but honestly at this point I don't care. Let's go. Not that I don't care about copyright, I do care about copyright, just not for the stupid oof noise, because that's dumb. But it would be a whole mixture of just getting through this obstacle course, and the good old classic, get eaten by the giant thing. Yummy! Yummy! Which was, and then climb out the spine. Remember when that used to be like all the big rooms back in the day? Also, you get a cookie if you win. Remember when, like, in Roblox, that used to be the big rooms? Like, oh, you have to go through the whole entire toilet septic system obby kind of games. Like, it sounds super stupid now, but those were classics. Classics. I forgot we're speedrunning. We need to go now. Ah, now we're in a game. Well, Rec Room's a game. But I mean this game. Welcome to Rec-opoly. So if you wanted to play some Monopoly-style fun with your friends, you can, even though I'm lagging bad. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I got reported. Well, that stinks. Oh well, I lose. So this game was going to be, well, is a fun little Monopoly kind of game, I guess. Got a calculator over there, you got the scoreboards over there. It doesn't automatically track, so it's like the actual game, I guess, where you have to keep score and all that garbage. Outside, though, is a giant room if you wanted to play more of like, oh, I'm the game piece kind of style, I guess. I don't know. That is Rec-opoly. Da-da-da-da-da-da. That's all I could really say on it. Not much to talk about. Oh, other than the pieces, Rec Room themed, got the maker pin, got a bottle of water, a bucket, Rec Room face statue, the golden trophy, and a lost skull. Wonderful. Let's move on. I can't read. Welcome to Pac-Man multiplayer, which is also Wreck Muncher multiplayer, technically. So, the maze is down there, and, you know, I can't really play it because it's multiplayer, and I have no friends currently, so whoop. So you could either be Pac-Man or the ghosts. You get let out at certain times if you're the ghost, and Pac-Man's job is to go around and eat up all the pellets. So this is a little circuits intensive, slightly, but not really. It's mainly just a trigger volume detecting other trigger volumes that are attached to these pellets, and these pellets go down when they're touched by Pac-Man. The ghosts have tennis rackets with a trigger volume that if it touches Pac-Man, it gets Pac-Man. And yeah, there's nothing too terribly much to it. And I guess I was wrong in my Wreck Muncher video, because I thought this was inside a giant arcade machine, and it's not. That's what I originally wanted to do, and I guess I didn't do it. To note as well, I didn't just copy-paste this map to use for Wreck Muncher. The maze is entirely different. It's not the same layout. It's its own unique thing, and that actually came with problems when I tried to replicate the endless tunnels because of how the locations worked with the ghosts. But, this room did pretty well. It's at 500,000 visits, which I think is a pretty good job. We didn't sell too terribly much because we were scared of copyright a little bit. We just wanted a fun experience that I don't think an official Pac-Man really has brought to the table other than, like, Pac-Man Versus on the GameCube. But, yeah, good fun experiment. And Bun Bun helped out a lot with it. And if we did more development on this, there was going to be maybe a purchasable set of costumes where it would have been, like, scary themed. That's what Bunny really wanted to do. And we never got around to it, unfortunately. Just didn't have the time or blah blah blah. I don't know. I think it was mainly my fault because I was too like unsure on the idea, and that's what stalled it. So probably my fault why we don't have scary ghosts in Pac-Man. He had a concept for the scary Pac-Man like already built, and it looked really good. So I am kind of sad we didn't use it. It would have been cool. Anywho, on to the next. We're gonna see Lily's Revenge in theaters. Lily's Revenge the movie. Shut up. Bye-bye, hands. Blah, 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 blah. We have these 2x4s just to get across this bleh. Stop flickering. Hi, Lily.